if you're building a new house, you have to do air sealing on that before your insulator shows up. Now, selecting the right foam can make or break your indoor air quality in your house. Today we're going to be looking at a foam that is GreenGuard Gold certified that will actually help to reduce the VOCs and improve the indoor air quality in your house. And also going to show you a foam that does not do that. Depending on when you're looking at this, make sure you always check the specifications in the SDS on all of these products to make sure they are going to be the best product for you. So if you're building a healthy house, you're going to be selecting the right products. We've done that on every product in this house to make sure it's going to meet the requirements for this specific house. So this product here is made by Handi-Foam, and this is Fireblock, and this is what's used in Type 5 construction. It's orange for a reason, because it's for stopping the spread of fire in your wall cavities. And we're going to walk you around. I'll show you exactly what that's for, but you can kind of see behind me there's a few spots here. We got some orange foam here, and this orange foam is going to keep the air from moving between cavities, either a floor cavity or a wall cavity. It could be a stud bay to stud bay. It helps the air to stop moving that would be carrying the fire through and get in another cavity and spread throughout your house faster. So this is rated for fire, and this has the GreenGuard Gold certification. So if you got your insulator is speccing out your foam, you need to make sure you find out exactly the brand that he's using and check the SDS and check the specs, because this here was not, I had to supply this for this project because they could not get the foam that we needed that had the GreenGuard Gold certification. So make sure that if you're looking for that low VOC GreenGuard Gold, you're going to get this Handi-Foam. Now this one here, this is Handi-Foam as well. This is their window and door low expansion foam. So it's really important, the low expansion foam that you use this around your windows and doors. If you look behind me here, this is this window here. Typically this foam will go in this slot right here, like right up against your framing, in between your, say, a vinyl window. It could be aluminum, it could be whatever. If you don't put low expansion foam in here, it's rated for windows and doors, it will take and bow this frame and potentially break your windows and completely mess up how this thing slides up and down or side to side, depending on what kind of window. If it's an EXO or a single hung like this, it's really important that you use the window and door foam on these spots in order to avoid that from happening. One other foam I'll show you here is, this is an example of something you don't want to use. This is big gap filler. This would be one, do not use this around your windows. This is the one that would cause the problem. This will cause a problem as well. But this does not have a GreenGuard Gold certification. This is all over the Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever you'll find this, and none of it has GreenGuard Gold certification. It's got higher VOCs, and it's not rated real well for indoor air quality. So try to stay away from this. This product here is made by Great Stuff, but it's just a cleaner that goes through this gun here, because typically what happens is you take these off. It's got a little screw on the top of these cans. You screw it onto a gun like this, and you're going to use it, and then this is what you just run through the gun. You screw that back on to clean your gun out. So this doesn't really matter as far as get what's going inside the house. Just make sure you spray out a little foam through it before you run it out in the house, and you don't get any of these chemicals into the wood or anything in your house. So I'll show you here too. This is another thing you can do around your windows, and this is just a foam backer rod, and this can get used here, and they use this on some of these windows here. But you'll find it comes in different diameters and thicknesses here, so you'll find the right amount, and you just push this in around the window in order to get an air seal. So you can do this as well. It makes it a little bit easier when you're retrofitting later. If you change a window, you can just pull this thing out and not have to worry about cutting a bunch of foam out of the window. So this just fits in there, and you can stuff them nice and tight in all the way around. Wherever they fit, you got to get different diameters to make sure they fit depending on the reveal between the trimmer and the window frame. So we're going to take a quick look here. I want to show you where this fire foam goes. So the examples here, we'll walk around the house and go through a couple spots. So here you can see these are stud bays and underneath the window, and anywhere we had a wire penetrate here, we're go ahead and we're foaming these. So you can see this here. This is only required currently by code to be every 10 foot horizontally. So if I would only have to technically put this in, not every bay, but every 10 feet, lineal feet, I would put this in here to stop it. So I can essentially have a 10-foot section of wall that fire could spread through these holes and then I would have to stop it. So what we decided to do is do it in every single one. Adds a little bit more foam to the house, which is not the greatest thing all the time, but it does protect from fire spread. So that's what we've decided to do here. You can see that through the whole house, it's like that. This also helps with the MC cable because you don't have Romex that would burn through here. So this hole is essentially plugged pretty well with metal clad and the foam. So you'll also see this in a location here where you're going from your first floor wall up into your ceiling cavity, which is the second floor. It's a truss for the second, carrying the second floor. But you can see the penetrations from the wires here going up. Those are required to be foamed just like that. So that's part of the air sealing. So you'll also see it here in the floor, and we sealed this here. That goes down into the subfloor underneath. So we're essentially just separating cavities with this foam. And then here's another example where you got pipes going through, plumbing pipes, in an exterior wall, and this is being done here as well. We'll go ahead and we'll walk upstairs and I'll show you a couple other things on the upstairs area. So what we see here, this is actually the second floor of the house. So you got an 18-inch deep white truss down below, which is a cavity in itself. And this pipe is penetrating up through that cavity into the wall cavity in the second floor. And this is required to be sealed as well with the Fireblock foam. So you can see this here is the AC condensate line. So they've come through here, sealed this up, and make sure that that air is not going to move up into this wall cavity. If there ever was a fire down inside of the floor, that's not going to get up into this cavity. It slows it down. So it'd have to melt the pipe and then come up through that in this circumstance right here. So, and you can see here, they've also done that with the electrical wires here. And when you have these, like this cladding here, this is a lot better. This MC cable, it's a lot better for fire prevention as well, because it's not going to get melted out like Romex would be potentially. So this is an example up here where you have a penetration. This is actually Smurf tube for a chase for low voltage, where it's penetrated through the wall cavity into the attic here. And this is getting fire foamed here, so you don't get that transfer. If any fire started in this cavity here, it's not going up. If it starts up here, it's not going down. And then you'll see it again. They've done it at a block line, and then this is sealed going out into the porch. But this is all for elimination of fire spread, to prevent the fire spread from happening. And you'll see here again, here's another example of the horizontal foam on these two. So if I get a fire in the cavity over here to my right, this fire is not going to get through into this cavity here because I got drywall sandwiching on top of this. So to further prevent fire, you can put a mineral wool insulation in here, which is virtually just does not ignite even with a blowtorch. So that's another way to do it. So the guys will also, in some of these small cracks, we need to actually go through and cut some of this off. But there's like real small spots in these studs here, and they'll fill this up here to get a little bit of R value in here. So they'll take their nozzle and shoot that all the way back in the back of that cavity. So this is the Fireblock foam, and you just take this here and just shoot this right into the hole here where the wire goes through. Make sure you get all the way around it, and that's gonna give you a nice good air seal going between the stud base. So we can do another one here. Just shoot that all around in there. That'll expand out, and you'll get a good seal in that cavity. All right, well, I hope walking through the options that you have and what you're gonna look for in foam when you're doing the air seal in your home, so you make sure you get good indoor air quality, and also you're just helping to compile all these good decisions to make a healthy home for your family. I hope it was helpful. So if you'd like more information about building a custom home, building a custom ADU, or doing a whole house remodel, reach out to us at freemansconstruction.com. We have a ton of information on our website. If you're interested in selling or buying your home or land, visit our real estate website at freemansrealty.com. So thanks again for watching.